Well, we already talked a little about your basis. I would like to know a little about good. You already graduated in chemistry. What doors did that open for you in your field? I mean, a chemist. What can you do with your bachelor's degree?
In the professional realm, you realize many opportunities unfold during your career, many things, because it is very broad. The knowledge is very broad. To give you an idea, we see subjects very similar to what doctors see. We are also focused on the pharmacy part, drug production. We see careers or forgiveness, subjects focused on the forensic toxicology part or also on the laboratory analysis part. So when I came out, it wasn't so widespread. Everyone wanted to do just quality control. Besides, the Ecuadorian industry was very off, and there was a joke that we said so that one could be the head of a laboratory, the old man or woman who was EPA had to die so that you could be promoted, because it was the only way, more or less like that. And it was not so popular to maintain controls on the quality part. So everyone wants to go to the clinical laboratory or have a doctor's visit, which also has a big space. I, on the other hand, was, let's say, a very good friend, a professor who he managed technical sales. He worked in companies where he applied his career knowledge by selling raw materials, whether these are called commodities or specialties. So I accompanied him to visit clients, and he told me, look, let's see, let's go. And I want him to be like my assistant and listen to what the dynamics are. Then I saw that he went with the shopping person and made some more friendship of camaraderie. Hey, look, see how it's been for you. How is your son, your daughter? How are you? Look, go. The purchase order has already been dispatched. I need you to help me with this payment as soon as possible, or when you are going to make another request. But when the part was with the technical person, with the laboratory people, the production people changed the language. So, hey, how did it go? What was the performance? Did it help you? How much did you use? Look, you can lower the dose, or if you want to enhance such an effect, you have to make an adjustment of this product with this other product, and you will enhance it. So it was another type of language where he picked up and said, hey, thank you. Now with that, I can improve my process. Then I saw that you could manage through your knowledge, let your other interlocutor learn. And it was the same race. They had been college buddies, but he had a solution where the two professionals, the same profession then, and he told me what happens is that in the part of the sales area, I have to study not only my product, but the competencies and what is the advantage of my product. And with this, I go, because they are often so locked in production or quality control that sometimes the solution is so simple and you have to take it with you because you studied it, because you studied your product, because you have to defend it. I have to defend this pen as if you were the best in the world. And with this, you sign the best documents. And if you put it on paper, that is more or less fulfilled. So you have to defend your product. So that language and that help that you manage towards the other interlocutor who is in the laboratory, quality control, production part, generate much more trust, that you tell him in the same language and that you help him so that he feels an affinity and generate sales. Then I realized that. So that is another way to apply the knowledge that you have, and also allows you to be on the street talking, which is what people who have are hyperactive. We need, because if we are 1-4 locked up, we are going to feel bad, like the people who are in the laboratory, the people who are in production locked up following a process that there are professionals who like, of course, but not me. I was something more hyperactive, more something that needed, something that challenged me in the sense of knowing and studying it, because you have to know well all the benefits of your product so that you can have that dialogue and that help. That's why I focused more on the sales area than many think in the psychology part, which is a bit strange for someone who studies chemistry and pharmacy to do something, a structured career, to be in the laboratory part, in the production part, have personnel in charge who are always like inside a factory. So they tell me, hey, but your career is structured for that because you are in sales. And I always have to explain this part.
But I like that you were able to open yourself up to something new, because the perspective that people have of a chemist is that laboratory, white apron, and that's it. And experimenting is an exact science, isn't it? Why there isn't. There's no margin for error. Logically, that happens in the laboratory. But I like that you put yourself on the business side and also on the social side of what a chemist is, because I see that you value the relationships that you have built, especially with this person who was a tutor for you, the one who led you to that new perspective when you started in this world of sales. Because I see that you have a lot of experience in that. What made you evolve so quickly in this new market?
Look, I believe that everything one is going to do in his life is to take it seriously, of course. And that is the seriousness of really starting to study the product and know it. At first, no one gave 3 pesos for me. What's more, I started working in a company. I had to learn by names, chemical name, commercial name of my products from the competition. And I went where a lady was going to manage nothing more than the commercial part. You know what? What is your order? He already has checks, they have withholdings, plus the business part. Then one day she told me, listen, you are the messenger. Tell your boss that please, I have a problem in production. So there I saw the opportunity to say, how are you, doctor? I'm David Andrade. We're colleagues. You can solve the problem you have in this way and add this percentage to me. Do this. Maybe what you're managing badly is the temperature problem, a lot of speed, then the revolutions decrease. I gave Tal the recommendation and left, said goodbye and left. The next time he told me, David, excuse me, I thought you were the messenger and your recommendation served me well. I have another problem. So that's where you realize that a lot of people don't take you seriously a lot of times. When you start out, when you look young, and if you remember, we all had a chick face at that. That's why you grew a beard. Me too.
Of course, so they don't ask us for identification,
Sure, they already see us. What if you're already for the third?
age. See us, look, those retirees that go around now.
Yeah, that's where I'm going. But when I was just starting out, I didn't have a child's face. Then they thought he was the messenger, nothing more. But since he had already studied, he had already been practicing, he had done practicing, because this is not only about saying it, you also have to check it. So what I did was I took samples and I replied certain formulas where my mother, because at that time I was single, then I had my mother's kitchen in a disastrous way. There I started making the products myself. Yes, then it was useful to me because I had already done it and I knew what the mistake was, because it's not just doing it well, but you have to make mistakes to say, if I shake a lot, it won't come out. Now I'm going to beat it properly at this speed. There it came out to me then to corroborate that if you do it in one way, it will go wrong for you. But the solution is to follow the indications of the formulation. So you have to do the bad part and then do the good part. And that's how you know what will be the reaction of these raw materials if you do it wrong. Then when he told me, it's that I have this problem and I had done the wrong thing, then he said, now then you have to correct it in this way, because it's not, you need to just do it right, because doing it right, no, it doesn't generate learning for you. Learning is, it's when you make a mistake, then, I was wrong in this, or I didn't mix in the order. And that's why it didn't come out. So when they came to tell me I had a problem,
I already knew what the problem was because I had already done it. I had already experienced it.
I love what you said, the experimentation culturally, I remember. When I lived in Ecuador, everyone wanted to be correct or everyone wanted to be the owner of the truth. But when you enter a more academic field, you realize the importance of error, as you just said.